minutes.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording.
Okay. It says... Oh, wow. Okay, so we're comparing Lord of the Flies to The Shell by James Stevens. And the first paragraph says, and then I pressed the shell close to my ear and listened well. And I think that represents how the conch was an authority to the boys and how all of them always listened to it, or whoever had it. Do you have anything from the second paragraph?
Can you elaborate that on that a bit more?
Also, like whoever has a conch, I say conch, I don't know, conch. They have the authority to speak in general. That other people have to respect that. They have to follow the rules. It's like what's a word for something like that's the head of the whole community?
Like, it makes everyone else obedient to them. They're leader.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I get that. And then, in the fourth paragraph, it says, since time began of any human quality or stir, save what the dreary winds and wave incur. So that to me means, like, the human discipline kind of declining, and how they were all obedient to the shell, how when Jack just kind of, I can't even talk, when Jack doesn't listen to the shell and he like breaks the rules kind of, and ruins it. And then
also I found in paragraph 2 the line upon a shore wind swept and desolated, which means, because we talked about it, that word, it's like deserted. The place was deserted, so it's kind of describing what the island was before the boys came onto it. It was like there was nothing on it. It was deserted. Like pigs lived their lives there. Like it was like a nice island that was quiet, and then the wind breezed through it very quietly and stuff. Until they came over, started a forest fire, and killed one of their own.
Understandable. And in the last paragraph, it says, and then I loosed my ear, oh, it was sweet. And that kind of represents to me how the shell broke and how there was no more authority and everyone kind of liked it and went on their own, and I don't know.
Do you have anything to say? Daniel?
I'm thinking about it, just...
Okay. And also in the third to last paragraph, it says, and in the hush of waters was the sound of pebbles rolling round, and that makes me think of the boys pushing the boulders off the mountain, and, Peggy's death. So,
And their attempted murder of Jack.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, not Jack, Ralph, I meant to say. No, they tried to murder Jack.
You went along with it, too.
Also, I don't know why, but this just came to my mind. Whenever came a night, setting the stars alight to wonder at the moon, and what was twilight only. It reminds me like their nights when there was quiet. There would be around the fire, the mood would be up and stuff like that. You could see the stars in the sky and stuff.
For me, it says, was twilight only and the frightened croon. That just makes me think of how they were all paranoid of the beast at nighttime and how none of them were allowed to leave the shelters at nighttime or leave the fire. And how they got mad at Simon for wandering at nighttime because the little ones were getting scared of the beast. That's what I think.
Wait, what chapter does it call? Chapter 11? 10 or 11?
11.
11, right?
Really?
Yeah, wrong chapter.
Wrong chapter. Okay. And when it says of any human quality... Oh, no, wait. No, wrong paragraph. Wow. When it says... It was a sunless strand that never bore the footprint of man nor felt the weight. It reminds me of when the parachuter is getting dragged up the mountain and he doesn't make any footsteps because he's dead and he's just kind of getting lifted to the top. And when it says nor felt the weight, I kind of think about how the parachute man could have had no idea how much fear he was causing the little ones and Simon and everyone to think that there was a beast, and in reality he was just...
One thing I was thinking of is just if you connect everything from the footprint of a man to the long cold tentacles of slimy gray, it's just like it never bore the footprint of a man, that nor felt the weight of since time began of any human quality to earth, save what the dreary winds and wave incur, and then that just sort of represents like what the island was like before anyone got there, and then everyone gets there and they start messing with the island. It's like, and the hush of waters was a sound of pebbles rolling around in the bubbling seaweed. In bubbling seaweeds, as the waters go swish and fro, the long tooled tentacles of slimy gray. That's just. I imagine that as representing the boys messing with everything, killing the pigs, burning the forests by accident and on purpose.
Okay, let's try to find evidence that can support that dream in our books, because everything has to be backed up by books.
Finding anything.
Hold on. I'm trying to read the part where the conch broke, and then, everyone lost their ears, like it was mentioned in the poem.
This video is like 6 minutes long. Oh well. So this video is like 6 minutes long.
Do you have anything to say?
I already said a lot, but I could probably find more. This is the poem we're comparing to. That's the book we're comparing to.
Page 206, by the way, Rahaf, if you haven't heard it.
Oh, the conch?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, I've been looking at 195.
Yeah, too early in the chapter. Yeah, it's near the end of the chapter.
Okay. Stop eating your muffin.
Not right now.
Okay, I can't find it. Which part is it?
I said 206 at the top.
Oh, the top. Oh, okay. I thought that was at the bottom. Oh, wow. Where it started. The rock struck oh, yeah. The rock struck Piggy a glance. Wait, page 206 at the beginning of the paragraph. The rock struck Piggy a glancing blow to the chin, to the knee. The conch exploded into 1,000 white fragments and ceased to exist. That's good. So, seized. Sorry, I suck at English.
That's okay.
So that's like an example of what they meant when I losed my ears. Right? It means like the thing that was holding them all together shattered to several pieces, and they just went like crazy. Everything just turned into chaos afterwards.
Where else do I see examples of people behaving or reacting for the same reasons?
Wait, what? What had a text screen?
What I think of when I read this question is how they said in the hush of waters was the sound of pebbles rolling around. Makes me think of how at first they did the boulders just for fun, and then they killed Piggy, and then they wanted to kill Ralph, and how it just kind of increased from there.
When does the man with the parachute come in the story?
Oh, he comes in like, around there. I'm guessing 6.
I'm trying to remember which.
Wait, wasn't he he was in our quiz, right? So that quiz was from 1 to 6.
It's from it's Beast to Air. It's Beast from Air, so.
It doesn't have to be from the text channel.
Yeah,
What about why do people behave that way? For the pebbles rolling down into the water in the poem, it reminds me, why would people behave that way? It reminds me of how Jack really wanted control and how he was hunting all the time. And how at first the boulders were just getting put for fun, but then eventually it was like he accidentally hurt someone, and I don't think that was on purpose. But I feel like after that he wanted more control and he wanted to do it again, kind of. I don't know why he would behave that way, but my guess is that it was for control or to feel powerful.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking is about the it's about and then I lose my ear. From that is just representing, and then sweet to hear Kurt going jolting down the street. Just I was thinking that what was it again? That it's just like it's kind of like them getting rescued, and then going back to a world that's what they're used to, but pretty much the same as what they were just experiencing.
Yeah, for the
It's different but the same. Just kind of like here, he's listening to the sounds, and then he pulls away his ear just to listen to more sounds. And in the book, they're getting away from their violence just to go back to more violence.
Wow. It's really deep. I think you
Yeah.
just answered the last question for what is the truth about life / the world / people that this story reveals. I think you just answered that because humans need to make war, basically. They have an island to themselves and they can't help it. And
One thing I was also thinking is just humans tend to find themselves in everything. Just tend to find their workings and everything, regardless of how isolated they tend to be. No matter how together or apart we are, we're still humans, and we still end up having the same things happen. That's what I think.
I agree. What do you think, Rahaf?
The cup of coffee's in the way. Going back to the parachute situation, where they said that,
Did you listen to anything we just said?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to find evidence to support everything, Yeah, it was a sunless strand that never bore the footprint of a man nor felt the weight. It was on page 109, where Sam and Eric were on patrol to watch the fire, I think, and then the person with the dead man with the parachute came down, and then they ran to Ralph. And they were like, wake up, Ralph. The leaves roar like the sea. Wake up, what's the matter? We saw the beast plane. Who are you? The twins? We saw the beast. Quiet, piggy. So, yeah. That was on page 108. Dialogue.
So are you just trying to say that there's no beast and that it was just a parachute?
No, just trying to support the fact that, there was a parachute man, evidence.
Yeah.
For the no footprint?
Yeah.
Okay.
No footprint.
Okay, we're approaching it. So I think we are pretty much ready to wrap up. I think.
I really liked your statement. I feel like that was a solid conclusion.